It's not surprising at all. The one who took the initiative to escalate the situation of this round of India-Pakistan conflict is indeed India. After all, as the country with the strongest comprehensive national strength on the South Asian subcontinent, when it comes to whether to expand the scale and intensity of the military confrontation with Pakistan, India clearly has great initiative. But now, being powerful and having the initiative doesn't mean being able to ensure victory 100%. This time, the Indian Air Force, which mainly relies on NATO series and Russian series equipment as its main combat forces, is very likely to have been severely taught a lesson by the Pakistani army that has already achieved a high degree of mechanization. According to media reports, the Indian Air Force dispatched multiple fighter jets to attack targets within Pakistani territory, resulting in multiple casualties. The Pakistani side claims that the attacked area is a civilian area. The Pakistani military's public relations department stated that it has shot down 6 Indian fighter jets, including 3 Rafales. Regarding this, although the Indian official has not admitted its own losses, judging from the information leaked on the internet, in the Akrian Kalyan village of Bathinda in India, some local people have photographed some ground debris. Analyzing according to the shape characteristics of the debris, it looks very much like the sliding rail-type pylon launching beam used by the French Mirage 2000 fighter jet or the Rafale fighter jet. Besides, there's also an area on fire nearby, which is suspected to be the wreckage of a fighter jet. However, as for which fighter jet the relevant wreckage came from and the reasons for its crash, more subsequent information is yet to be revealed. Currently, there are mainly 2 mainstream statements on the internet. One is that the combat forces deployed by Pakistan this time are mainly the Air Defense Missile Force. The Chinese export version of the Hongqi 9P long-range air defense missile may have shot down the French-made Rafale and the Russian-made Su-30 MKI fighter jets of the Indian Air Force. The other is that the Pakistani side has also deployed fighter jet forces. The 4th generation fighter jet, the J-10CE, imported from China, may have achieved shooting down results with the PL-15 long-range air-to-air missile. Basically, if the Indian Air Force has indeed suffered losses of more than 1 fighter jet, it can at least illustrate 2 things. Firstly, this is a large-scale airstrike operation by the Indian side, involving a large number of fighter jets of various models. Among them, it may include fighter jets mainly responsible for ground attacks, fighter jets carrying out escort missions, as well as reconnaissance aircraft or drones for assessing the effectiveness of airstrikes. This has provided the Pakistani side with more opportunities for engagement. Secondly, for the Pakistani military whose main combat equipment of the fighter jet force and the ground air defense force is mainly of Chinese origin, they have performed really well. They have given full play to the combat capabilities of various Chinese export-oriented equipment and broken the myth that many Russian and NATO series of equipment are invincible. As we know, within the recent decade, Pakistan has introduced and deployed several types of Chinese export-oriented equipment mainly for air combat. Its national air defense system is completely equipped with the Chinese Hongqi 9P long-range air defense system, the LY-80 medium-range air defense system, the FM-90 short-range air defense system, etc. All of these can be integrated into the command chain of the ZDK-03 early warning aircraft imported from China, achieving the effect of simultaneously combating multiple incoming airborne targets. Moreover, the PL-15E long-range air-to-air missiles that can be launched by the J-10CE and the JF-17 Block 3 have enabled the Pakistani Air Force to possess beyond visual range air combat capabilities far superior to those of the Indian Air Force for a certain period. It has completely suppressed the Russian-made Ir-77 with a maximum range of about 70 kilometers and the French-made Mica with a maximum range of about 50 kilometers and other medium-range air-to-air missiles in the hands of the latter. It was not until India purchased the French Rafale fighter jets and the supporting Meteor long-range air-to-air missiles that India gradually caught up with Pakistan in this field. It can be said that the arms competition between India and Pakistan can, to a large extent, be regarded as a big showdown between Chinese export-oriented equipment and NATO series and Russian series equipment. Many people have the ingrained impression that Chinese export-oriented equipment is cheap and relies on quantity to win. However, this actual combat situation has demonstrated that Chinese export-oriented equipment is already capable of establishing equivalent advantages over advanced NATO and Russian equipment in many aspects. If weapons such as the Hongqi 9P air defense missile, the J-10C fighter jet and the PL-15 air-to-air missile have indeed shot down fighter jets like the Rafale and the Su-30 MKI, then the ones that have been hurt are not just the Indian Air Force. Next, the pattern of the international military market is likely to undergo earth-shaking changes.